Hello and thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's forecast and a busier weekend ahead. A judge has blocked the release of former state Senator Justin Eichhorn. Eichhorn is charged with soliciting a minor. Monday, prosecutors leveled fresh allegations that he tried to obstruct the FBI's investigation from jail. U.S. Magistrate Judge Shannon Elkins ruled that Eichhorn should remain jailed instead of being released to a halfway house as previously scheduled. A pretrial hearing is set for today where the issue will again be addressed. Yesterday, Governor Walz issued a writ of special election to fill the Eichhorn's old Senate seat. The special election is set for Tuesday, April 29th. If necessary, a primary will be held on Tuesday, April 15th. Closer to home, police in North Mankato are asking residents to check their security cameras after receiving multiple reports of cars being broken into. Police say they received a report of a man going through a vehicle on the 700th block of Lindell Avenue with the caller chasing them. That man threatened the caller with a knife but kept running. The suspect is described as an African-American man, tall with a large build, in his late teens to early 20s, wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and wind pants. Police have received additional reports of cars being broken into on the 300 and 400 blocks of Belgrade Avenue and the 400 and 500 blocks of South Avenue. They're asking residents to check their security cameras for video or images of the suspect and report it to the North Mankato Police. Well, construction season is fast approaching. Aaron Stuvey has a breakdown of what's on the construction schedule throughout the year.
Spring has officially begun and the weather is getting warm, meaning construction season is just around the corner. This year will be a little quieter than last year, mainly due to 2024's higher than normal project load. But Minot says that there's still plenty of work to be done, with 2025 being another busy construction year.
A little busier than normal in that we have 3 pretty substantial projects and then a couple of smaller ones. So three full-on projects with detours and extensive grading and reconstructions.
The first major project is a familiar one, Highway 93 near Henderson. That project is entering its second of 3 years, and the total reconstruction and raising of the road won't finish until the end of 2026. Beginning and ending this year is work on Highway 60 in Lake Crystal, between Blue Earth County Road 20 and Lakeview Road. That project will see utility work and a bridge repair, among other modifications. Construction will begin in April and will see traffic detour to Highway 169 and County Road 13. Finally, construction will begin on Highway 22 between Mankato and St. Peter. The 2-year project will see dedicated turn lanes installed throughout the highway and repaving. Work will begin later this spring and go until the end of next year, but the road will reopen this winter. Alongside the major projects, smaller projects are planned throughout the region that won't see any detours, but will see crews doing work along the roadway.
Follow posted detour routes, and then when you're around workers, drive slowly, drive safely, and pay attention, stay off the cell phone, please.
Aaron Stuvey, KEYC News Now.
In more local news, a public meeting tonight will discuss the future of the Our Lady of Good Counsel campus. Back in February, the Southwest Minnesota Housing Partnership announced an agreement with the School Sisters of Notre Dame to purchase the Good Counsel Hill campus. The property sat in limbo since the sisters left the area in 2022. The meeting will provide an opportunity for residents to learn the vision for the property and to share feedback on potential development efforts. The meeting is this evening from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at Pioneer Bank on Adams Street in Mankato with a brief presentation at 5:15. Well, Caitlin, I know that Friday is going to look really good and then it's going to kind of go backwards with some rain, but I think it's all welcome in terms of precipitation and limiting those drought monitor that are kind of flirting with the edge of what's scary and what's not scary.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely one of those things that we like to see, and I know there's still a lot of, I want to say like opened wounds in a sense from last year's flooding.
Yeah.
You know, there's always that turn of, oh my gosh, we've got a couple of days of some rain on the way, and I know that's still kind of really fresh in everyone's mind. And the good news is the amount of rain we're looking at isn't nearly as much as we got, you know, last year. And the better news is it's going to come over the course of several days. On and off. It's not going to be a consistent, nonstop rain, kind of what we had leading up to what happened last year. So that's the good news. So we don't have really anything to worry about. You might see some localized flooding. That's very normal in these kinds of situations, but we're not looking at more than 1.5 inches by Monday morning. So spread that over the course of the next 5 days, and it will be minor amounts in bursts, if you will. And thankfully, that won't start until later tonight, which means you get to enjoy the day today. We're looking at mid-50s for our high across the area here in Mankato, looking at a high of about 56 degrees with increasing clouds through the morning hours into this afternoon, and then shower chances later this evening into the overnight hours. So let's talk about those rain chances. Tonight will be the first night of the rain chances coming up, leading into what's coming up this coming weekend. But like I said, in bursts, and some periods of these rain showers are going to be light and short-lived. Now tonight might not necessarily be short-lived. We're going to see those move in at about 7 o'clock this evening or a little bit later and continue into the overnight hours, clearing from most of the area by about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Some lingering showers may continue till about 6 o'clock tomorrow, but again, it's not going to be a consistent shower all night long. It's going to be spurts of a sprinkle to a drizzle, maybe a little bit of a heavier rainfall, but all in all, it's not going to be a torrential downpour or heavy rain in general. It's going to be more, like I said, a sprinkle to a drizzle to a light rain at times. But again, it's going to be in these spurts. So as this clears out tomorrow, we're going to see some cloudy skies for tomorrow morning and then passing clouds with mostly sunny skies overall throughout the day tomorrow. Again, some passing clouds tomorrow evening. We'll see a little bit of cloud coverage tomorrow night, but more sunshine expected for Friday in general before we see our next round of precipitation chances moving in for this weekend. It is going to be a soggy weekend. If you have plans to be outside, you might want to make sure you have a backup plan to be inside because of these rain chances on the way. Now, it is very good because, as Jackson mentioned, we are watching the drought monitor. We've got abnormally dry here in the yellow with moderately dry conditions in this tannish or sandy color. And again, we've got normal conditions between St. Cloud and the North Branch, which is what we like to see. We'd like to see that grow and these two categories decrease or see improvements. And with the amount of rain we have on the way over the next 5 days, we should see those improvements, even minor improvements we should see. Because between tonight and, again, by Monday morning, which is the 31st, we're looking at a 1/2 inch on the low end, up to almost 1.5 inches for portions from Waseca eastward towards Rochester. And again, nothing to panic about. This is over the course of the next 5 days. We are going to see some of those showers, light though, and scattered tonight with a low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, some sunshine mixed in with low to mid 60s expected across the area. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We'll even be able to enjoy Friday with highs in the upper 70s. We are looking at potentially meeting and or breaking the record high for Friday. Then those showers and thunderstorms move in Friday night. From that point forward, we will see on and off showers, a couple thunderstorms possible, heading into Saturday with a few snowflakes mixed in on Sunday.
Going from sunscreen to snowflakes in the matter of 2 days, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever for Minnesota.
Not for Minnesota, no.
Not for Minnesota. Well, thank you very much, Kayla. We appreciate it. We're going to transition into some sports. Minnesota State men's hockey head coach Luke Strand is a finalist for this year's CCHA Coach of the Year award. And it's no surprise after Strand guided the Mavericks to both McNaughton and Mason Cups.
Outside of the rink, he truly cares about every single one of his players as people.
The Mavericks are up to 27 wins on the season, a significant improvement from the 18-win season from a year ago.
Last year stunk. I mean, I'll tell you, like, no trophy in the trophy cases, and there's just a bunch of that. But at the same time, I think the transition helped us as a group. I think the transition made us stronger for this year, what they've gone through. The whole year, though, has been about the guys that have carried over a way that we prepare, a way that we work.
The Mavericks certainly cleaned things up defensively to have the top D unit in the nation. Opponents are only scoring around 1.5 goals per game this season against the Mavericks. The team is in every game with a goaltender with the talent of Alex Tracy, who's up for this year's Hobie Baker and Mike Richter awards. MSU's record since Strand took over at the helm is 45, 23, and 7.
I think he's an amazing leader, obviously head coach and all, but just for him to motivate the whole team, his speaking, it's really amazing, and I think he's great at putting the right people at the right places and motivating the group to get to this point and really to go for it.
His door is always open for conversations. Doesn't even have to be about hockey. It can be anything, and I think that just really he just truly cares and loves every single one of us, and I think that just makes everyone that is coached by him want to play for him even that much harder.
So you can see a push.
Strand is one of 3 finalists in the conference up for this year's Coach of the Year award, which will be announced later this week.
Be sure to support the Mavericks this upcoming Thursday. That's tomorrow as they take on Western Michigan in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Thank you again very much, Caitlin, for that. Thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.